Time Attack is a new leaked game mode coming into Season 3, mainly a speedrunning mode, but there's still plenty for more casual players to enjoy. Depending on how fast you qualify these Time Attack maps, you'll get more kudos, very helpful if you need those, as well as other rewards. First, let's look at how the mode works. Every weekend of the season, there will be different Time Attack trial shows featuring a different map, and there will also be a show called Time Attack Shuffle that's seemingly always available, containing all Time Attack levels. Of course, there's more info, but quick big shout out to FGMuffins for providing me with all this info so I could make this video for all of you. I'll remind you later to go follow her on Twitter. So, the mode is pretty simple, just try and beat the set times for these rounds. Speedrun as fast as you can and you'll earn rewards based on your time. The 6 rounds are Dizzy Heights, Lily Leapers, Party Promenade, Track Attack, Treetop Tumble, and Tundra Run. You can see the required times on screen. I won't go over too much detail about these times, but you can see the 4 times you have to beat are Novice, Pro, Master, and if you're really good you can beat the Fall Guys developers time, I assume that means. Now, these times seem very strict, like how can you do any of these in that little time? But that brings us nicely onto the next mechanic of the mode, collectible time bonus power-up thingies. There's 4 of these, easy, medium, hard, and reset time. Not sure what the first 3 exactly mean, but reset time is pretty self-explanatory. It'll seemingly reset you back to 0 seconds while your run is still going on, so definitely necessary to beat these times. We also have sound effects for these collectibles as well as other aspects of Time Attack. First one, free collectible bubbles. Time stop collectible with free sounds. Best time, which I guess is beating your own best time. Last minute, which I guess is when time's about to run out. And finally, the timer starting and stopping. All good, and there's also just a tiny string here that basically means we'll see how much time was reduced or saved by these collectibles when we use them. Cool, but I mentioned rewards earlier, so that interested you, right? I assume it did. The Time Attack Shuffle show has seasonal challenges attached, 11 total, and you can see here that it'll be available throughout the entirety of Season 3. For the last 3 challenges, you'll unlock these 3 variants of the Crown Medal, a previously unreleased cosmetic from Free For All Season 1. There are more rewards and stuff, but once again, I need to thank FGMuffins for giving all this info for me to make this video. Go follow her. Unless you don't have Twitter, you can still subscribe to me and like this video at least. Alright, other rewards. Quite a lot of kudos for these weekend Time Attack trials, which if you're smart enough you might be able to figure out will be available every weekend. 100 kudos for playing the show, 200 kudos for beating the novice time, 300 if you beat the pro time, and 400 kudos for beating the master time. But what about the dev time? Well, that won't give you kudos, but it'll reward you with a nickname based on the trial you defeated. So Track Attack Champ, Dizzy Heights Champ, you get the idea. These exist for all 6 rounds. Oh, and when you win in one of these modes, a full crown will be yours. No clue how hard it'll be to win exactly or how long matches will generally last, but this could be good for farming. Right, which maps will be available when? First off is Track Attack from Friday, November the 25th to Sunday the 27th. So actually, when they say weekend, it does include Friday, and depending on your time zone, you might be able to play this on Monday too. Here's the start and end times in a few different time zones, or just search online what one of these is in your local time. So technically ends Monday morning for most of you, but whatever, I don't need to overcomplicate this. After Track Attack, it'll be Treetop Tumble, then the weekend after gets Lily Leapers, then Tundra Run, Dizzy Heights, Party Promenade, and then they all repeat for the second half of the season. You can see the dates on screen, however, of course this assumes that Season 3 and Season 4 won't have any delays, and every single Fall Guys season so far has gotten at least 1 delay, so just bear that in mind, please. But even with delays, I do expect the order of these weekends to stay the same, so if you save this for future reference or whatever, you can follow the weekend numbers on the left, probably works. Season 3 is supposed to go from November 22nd to February 14th if you weren't aware. Okay, now some extra strings of varying levels of interest, but some of this is interesting. Here you can see that a gold medal is for the best time or first place, you'll get silver for top 10% and bronze for top 25%. A little more difficult than getting these medals in other rounds, but medals are basically meaningless outside of challenges now anyway. There will be a button to reset your run time and stuff, which seems quite cool. Restart an attempt at any time by holding the button, and there's also 2 more things saying run it again, and worst times won't override your best. So basically, keep keep resetting your run all you want, and whatever your best time is before time runs out, I guess, will be taken into account. We don't really have super specific details of how everything in this show works. I'm giving all the info that FGMuffins has provided, but quick theory explanation thingy. The medals and ability to rerun multiple times in the show and whatever makes me assume that this is a multiplayer thing where you queue in just like a normal show and have to get a better run than everyone else in the lobby. I feel like that makes sense, but I guess we'll see when it releases in season 3. Extra thing, the description of the Time Attack Shuffle show is practice your favourites until the weekend where the real time trial begins. Now, I don't know if Dizzy Heights is one of my favourites, but it still seems cool, and as I said earlier, it has all the Time Attack maps and should be available throughout the season and probably any future seasons. I'm not sure if it'll take up a show slot or if we'll have 6 shows available or what will happen with that. We just gotta wait to see and find out with that. But what you don't gotta wait for is subscribing for more leaks and stuff, because only 12% of people do. Other than that, again, a lot of rewards and challenges and fun and unique mechanics to be had in this mode. If you're desperate for kudos or unlocking cosmetics, practicing your speedruns, or just playing a cool new mode, this certainly does seem promising. Let's also hope they don't ruin season 3 with the same things they did this season. More season 3 leaks on the left or this on the right. Remember to follow FGMuffins on Twitter and like this video before you go. I still hate doing outros. Bye.